Let's start CICONIA. Sorry I'm a little late. I just had to put out some thoughts and all the other stuff. It's kind of funny though. CICONIA takes place during Christmas. Or there's an important part that does, but I'm not supposed to stream part past that point. What was the last point I played? Alright. I'm gonna start over there. Alright. Okay, let's start from our designated positions one more time. And let's focus more on our coordination this time. Unlike a super genius like me, the others are going to need some repeated practice.
I've been covering for your little super genius scrubs this whole time, MEOW! Yeah, you can't treat Great Mold like we're drones, Jaden!
Sheesh. I guess you can't keep up with the superb movement ability MEOW and I have. There's no point in saving a second time if your coordination suffers. I know you're a super genius, so pay a little more attention to what's behind you. Even a super genius can't do anything without support from his comrades. And anyway, I see so much inefficiency in your trajectory data. You keep putting unnecessary strain on your internal HMS. You got yelled at. You're definitely a genius, Super Jaden. You're definitely a super genius, Jaden. You're so much of one that you can't coordinate with normal people like us.
Uh-oh! MEOW's totally entered lecture mode, MEOW.
And when he lectures, he keeps sending over specific data, so you can't fight back.
Ah, MEOW! Second Lieutenant MEOW! Master MEOW! I'm so sorry, so please hit stupid slow Chloe with more and more relevant data! Looks like Chloe's reliving her past trauma, MEOW.
MEOW, if you don't put your lectures on hold and resume training, the instructor... You brats! What are you slacking off for? This always happens when I turn my back for a second. You're the one who slacked off and took a break, instructor. Did you say something, Koshka?
Nah, I don't think he heard you, so I'll text it to him, MEOW.
You fool! Chloe!
Why am I... Ow, instructor!
Your time hasn't improved at all. You ended up looking pathetic at the festival because you aren't taking this seriously. Uh-oh. I don't think it was bad enough to be called pathetic. That asshole's probably been saying things like that. They'll definitely win first place. They got me training them. To his higher-ups raising the bar for no reason. I agree. I'm not sure I like having a record like that dismissed so easily.
Dummy, stupid Okanogi. MEOW. You shouldn't say things like that.
Stupid Chloe just self-destructed. What's that, Chloe? You got something you'd like to say to me?
It's nothing. I'm so sorry, instructor.
Even in a world when you can talk to people with your brain, you can sometimes self-destruct. Accents like speaking out loud when you're trying to badmouth someone mentally right in front of their face are an everyday occurrence in this world. That being said, some kids can do the high-level technique of saying what they really think and pretending it was an accident. Warcat, Raid Mold to your positions. Gunhild, raise the AL level by 3. Roger that.
Up 3 levels. Roger that, boyo.
Listen up. In the end, it isn't about logic. It's about beating it directly into your bodies. Empty your minds and repeat it again and again. Chloe, begin the countdown. Enemy AI has been adjusted. Chloe, go ahead.
Then I'll begin the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Bow similar. Let's go, boyo.
MEOW's data pack lecture mode was definitely harsh, but it was much better than those old instructors' baseless theories on the supremacy of fighting spirit. Kids of the Cellcom era thought of everything as data and numbers, but old world thinking was full of abstract, emotional, spiritual, and guts-based arguments. Sheesh, MEOW's accurate data storm lectures are better than this. And again, it's like the difference between being pushed out of a 10-story window or an 11th-story window. Hey, super genius! Concentrate! I'm watching your data so I can tell. Get ready for a big review meeting after this, and don't run away! Seriously? Even the super genius Jaden, who didn't know how to be discouraged, was apparently hit hard by MEOW's lectures. And so once again, the young Gauntlet Knights trained in all sorts of ways until they were worn out. Sheesh. Our instructor's weird fighting spirit logic really pisses me off. People without doubt are always quick to start talking about fighting spirit. Hey, I'd appreciate if you didn't talk about our princess behind her back. So you have no complaints when everything's explained to you logically, Jaden. Well, you can still go too... It's like... Well, you can still go too far, yeah? Ever since it's a rat public bath party, this virtual room had become a meeting place for Gauntlet Knights, regardless of nationality. Whenever the young hit it off, it usually doesn't take long for them to become friends. And getting to hear or tell stories to people from different environments is a very precious thing for their young hearts. The vast majority of parallel processors were women, so the Gauntlet boys were a minority. Today had become a rare all-boy gathering. I suppose all factions are the same. Middle-aged men who act all important are always scum. Are COU instructors scum too? I figured they'd be wise compared to our instructor. Ugh! If they had scummy instructor standard battle festival, our COU team would take the golds in every event. At least they're a bit better than our ABN instructors in that you're allowed to openly criticize them. I imagine if you badmouth your instructors in the ABN, you'll get arrested on the spot, yes. In a country where you can't insult anyone to their face, you form a culture capable of insulting people without sounding like you're insulting them. Sounds nice. So, for example, what would you say to an irritating superior officer who never shows any appreciation for their subordinates' work? It's our way to say the opposite of what we mean. Something like, I am truly grateful for the heartfelt support you always show me, instructor. Nice, I'll take it.
A friend has arrived, boyo!
Isak! Abdo! Oops, I should have my pronunciation guide. Oh no! Give me a moment, I forgot. I might not have all the names memorized. I'm kind of silly like that. Yeah, give me a moment. I need to check my bookmarks. I really should have it out. I forgot to get myself ready for that. My bad. What the heck? My bookmarks aren't loading. No, I have to wait. Was it Abdu? Please tell me I did it right. Oh god. Okay. Where is my thing? Hold on. I have to always get out my pronunciation guide, and I'm really bad. I don't know how to build habits right, okay? So be very patient with me. I'm very forgetful if I don't do things every day. Okay. Okay. Isak! Abdu! So you were lounging about here? Get back to our training. When it comes to training, fighting spirit and guts are vital. Be honored by the opportunity to swim for my sake. Your Grace, thank you for your ever-present heartfelt support. For which we are ever so grateful, Princess Rethabil. Oh, crap. Retabil. For which we're ever so grateful, Princess Retabil. Huh? Right. Very well then. In any era, getting to complain together and feeling a sense of camaraderie is the best part of talking with close friends. Furthermore, they were used to background operations, so they could chat like this anytime without having to worry about time zones or even what the other person was doing at that moment. It was a wonderful era they were in. In this era, high-quality sleep substitute drugs had been developed, so sleep was no longer necessary. Oh my god, imagine if that was a thing for me. Humanity had effectively doubled the density and time in a human life. Of course, it wasn't a perfect dream-like drug. It only freed you from the need of sleep, so you wanted to maintain your concentration, you needed to rely on things like an ancient drug, caffeine. If you try to study for a test all night, you might not get sleepy, but you get bored and start hating it halfway through. For most people who didn't have anything they needed to do so badly that it wasn't worth abandoning sleep, it wasn't really that valuable. After all, it can get pretty boring if you have no work or desire to do anything until dawn, and you're incapable of feeling sleepy even if you lay down. So this drug was only used regularly by the young who could never find enough time to study and play. Oh man, if it was me, I'd probably finally get all of my art projects finished. Probably. Because I'd be drawing. I'd be doing my art projects. I'd be video editing when I hate video editing. Like, oh my god. You don't get it, man. I hate sleep. I hate doing things that just take up my time when I'd rather do other things. Okay? Oh my god. I wish there was something like this. I just want to get all my things done. I have too many projects. And I don't have energy to do anything anymore. Actually, that's why I started streaming. Because the only thing I care about is like reading When They Cry and like... and just like things like that. It's the only thing I can get myself to do mostly consistently at like 9 p.m. and stuff. So yeah, so I'm also looking for more visual novels so I can just read that out more dramatically and stuff. It's just easier if I can just focus on that other than just playing games all the time and stuff. Because I also read out loud because it just helps me more emotionally and stuff. It's just very helpful for me in general. I don't like reading in my head. Anyway. I don't care, okay? Nothing important is happening in the plot right now. I'll do what I want. Anyway, thanks to that, the young lost the concept of time zones. They were always awake, so they could communicate with anyone regardless of day and night, even if that person was on the other side of the planet. The fact that they were capable of communication this rich was a powerful weapon in the young one's arsenal. Though some places did close down in the middle of the night, the shopping district was always open, even at this hour. Jaden could be seen in the nighttime shopping district during the time range when only young people who loved the anti-sleeping drug were up and about. I would love it, dude. I like, if I had a job, I would never retire. Like, I'd just be stuck doing whatever I want all day, every day. Ah, damn it! For Jaden, all that complaining and laughing with friends in the public bath had made for a good change of pace. At least the part about complaining about instructors had. Meow, go at least a little easy on me. His lectures are like a tornado of good points. I can't contradict him, so I wish... Ah, damn it! He couldn't call Meow a bastard or an asshole. All his points were right on the mark. When Jaden actually followed those suggestions, he noticed the difference clearly. All he could do, then, was lick the wounds that had been inflicted on super genius Jaden's pride. Aren't we war buddies from the same ket? Even if you're right, couldn't you say it a bit more nicely? True to what Jaden had always claimed, he was enough of a super ace to earn the super qualification. For a long time, he had never been inferior to anyone around him in any way. However, that was when he had been surrounded by what he called normal people. When surrounded by the best Gauntlet aces, the ultimate collection of talent, he couldn't always be on top. Of that group, only Mitake Meow felt like a rival that he might not be able to match. Even though until recently, Jaden had always focused on his own victory, achieving success again and again. It's because he's always looking at his opponent. While doing his best to achieve victory, MEOW would simultaneously search to find out how he could counter his opponents the best. And he could accurately notice when those opponents did well or badly, even when said opponents didn't notice it themselves. Ah, right. After getting criticized again and again and again, there's no compliment at the end of the day. That's why I'm so down. MEOW's lecture mode today was a rush of valid points and data as usual, but after I get beaten down, he's supposed to finish it with a compliment so I can look forward to hearing him make suggestions. And today the instructor butted in. MEOW's lecture mode got cut off. You're pathetic, super genius Jaden. Since when was my mood jumped all over the place because of every word that skinny pipsqueak says? Wait a sec. I'm obsessing over this way too much. How the heck did I get here? He's in love! I checked with my mental display and saw that I had traveled several stations down. I didn't come to this place often. Still, if I wanted to totally reset my mood, coming to part of a city I wasn't used to may have been just what I needed. I looked around. Information from countless shops flooded my brain. Of course, getting hit with a flood of information just leads to confusion, so I just used one of my favorite information filters and simplified the data in my vision. When I did, a nearby game center was marked as recommended.
Boyo! I found a recommended spot according to your tastes!
It's the Game Salon Armageddon Poyo. Wait,
it's the Game Salon Armageddon Poyo! Rating 4 out of 5. Safety 4 out of 5. Cleanliness 3 out of 5.
It was my time going to this place, but it didn't look bad. It was my first time going to this place, but it didn't look bad. And according to its description, one of its popular games had received an update. Nice! It's been a while since I filled the high score list with my name. In this era, even game centers were decorated like fancy Victorian-style salons on the inside. However, the lines of beautifully adorned sofas and a lot of wiring like a military simulator. In an era with mental displays, anyone could play games even during class without anyone else knowing. However, the locations followed game centers were a bit different. In addition to the mental display, they also projected the game screen on a spatial display. Why? Isn't it obvious? To show off your skill to people you've never seen before. Of course, even in this era, game live streams on the internet were alive and well. You can interact with them in many ways, including voice and text. However, some demanding young people felt there was no replacement for the sensation of seeing live reactions. Because of these people, relics from the old world like game centers still existed, and boldly so, despite how far civilization had advanced. Good live gameplay requires a crowd of young people to watch. They get to have a great time cheering and or showing their disappointment in an exaggerated manner. That takes me back. I remember I'd go into game centers where all the neighborhood brats hung out. He brought a drink as a substitute for the entry fee and sat down in a random empty seat. Gloomy people vaguely lacking in self-confidence might sit in the corner, even though they wanted to be seen. However, Super Genius Jaden wasn't like that. He'd sit openly in the throne right in the middle, left open because of that special Japanese brand of embarrassment they call humility. His cellcom immediately informed him that it successfully connected to his seat. Then the display told him that he could benefit from the promotional campaign if he entered his Kizuna ID. Actually, he had his Kizuna set to off. If he hadn't, then a friend would have heartlessly messaged him, regardless of whether he was feeling erotic or depressed. At that moment, he wanted some time to himself, so he didn't activate Kizuna and chose not to participate in the promo. Well, if I get an ultra-high score and expose my ID, I'll get so many friend requests from people I don't know, it'll be a pain. In any era, if you carelessly expose your personal information, you'll get a rush of weird direct mail and sales calls. Okay, let's do this. Hilarious, right? A Gauntlet Knight got impressed by his training, so to shake it off, he started playing a game about Gauntlet Knights. Gauntlet Knights who could fly unassisted and dominate a battlefield on their own were what kids around the world wanted to become. So there were many games that simulated being a Gauntlet Knight. This is also a useful way in all countries to find people with high aptitudes. For that reason, games like this were placed in game centers all over the world. I love flying solo, I would need to keep perfect pace with my noisy partner. The quality here was much lower than a military simulator, but for a game, this was more than good enough. Furthermore, all the experiences from normal training would come back to him, and the realism could be supplemented by his brain and grow pretty intense. This is his first time playing at this game center, so he could run through the tutorial first and get a feel for this particular location. Now to select a difficulty level. Easy? Normal? Hard? Yeah, right. I'll boldly flick my mental tablet. The word hard instantly shot off the top of the screen, which scrolled down to no hand-holding settings like ultra hard and nightmare. The one I chose was the last one. Real Gauntlet Night. Let's go. I'll show them I'm a super genius. Yeah, no easy mode. No Toho reference here.
No way! Is he really doing it on real?
Is he crazy? He's got all of his controls set to manual. If he's on real, what's he gonna do about the 7-stage boss's missile barrage? The 7-stage boss was modeled off the Atlantis, the ACR Combined Military Super Fortress class segmented warship. It was made of 7 connected Super Fortress class warships, meaning it was more than just a ship. It was a fortress on the sea. A barrage of countless missiles was being launched from there and drawing a beautiful geometric shape that dazzled anyone who saw it. Here I go! Ah! Whoa! Awesome! Look at him move! Crap, I feel sick just watching this. Is this guy a god? He magnificently dodged the countless guided missiles, chasing after him, shooting them down with a perfect accuracy. Just like a missile matador. The excitement in the store reached a crescendo. The noise even made passersby stop and look. When Jay completed the game to the utmost excitement, he waved back at the cheering young people throughout the salon. Whew! Thank you! Thank you! Thanks for your support! This really does feel good. Thank God I came to this game center. Now that uneasy feeling is gone. Jada sank deep into the sofa, enjoying the feeling, and slowly slipped his drink. The excitement in the salon calmed down, and everyone went back to their own games or watching others. If you register a Kizuna ID, you can take advantage of our Point Rally Start Dash campaign. It's because I was playing pretty well just now. You don't want to miss out because I'm an unregistered user. Okay, might as well register. I'll have to add a comment that I'm not taking friend requests. He set his Kizuna, which had been set to off, to on. He immediately received several ad emails.
A friend has arrived, boyo!
Already? Who is it? Kizuna always displayed a message like that when a friend's avatar came to visit over the internet, or if a friend came near you in real life. This wasn't an avatar visit. Did that mean one of his friends was nearby? Friend sign was very close. Apparently I didn't see them because I set it to off, but they're actually inside the store. It's a bit cold not even saying hi even though they're in the same game center. Who is it? Where are they? I had to check their friend sign through my mental tablet, but it suddenly disappeared. Now that it was gone, I had no way of knowing that person's name or where they were. Hey, that's creepy. In other words, a friend inside the store had realized that Jaden was nearby and had hurriedly set their Kizuna to off. That does tick me off a bit. I don't know who it is, but I think they need a good talking to. That's not something you do to your friends, right? I gotta give him a big lecture filled with ballot points and lots of data, huh? I looked around the store. Okay, where are you hiding? There are more customers than usual this time of day, partly due to the after effects of Jaden's super playing. This person probably knew who Jaden was, so if he set up camp in front of the store, they probably wouldn't come strolling out. He checked the store map from his Kizuna. There was one more route out of the store, the back door near the bathroom. Look, there's a shadow of a person rushing through, and clearly not someone who has to use the bathroom. Hey, wait. Hey, you're MEOW, right? Hey, wait! He recognized the person from behind. It was definitely Mitake MEOW, his partner from the War Cats. Though he could hear Jaden, he was hurriedly away, trying to blend into the shopping center with the crowd. Interestingly, he was leaving with a quick shuffling walk. Jaden, feeling that it'd be unfair to run after him, followed along in a similar shuffling walk. Meow! Meow! Why are you shutting off your keys when I'm running away? That's creepy, man. Hey, is it something I did? Something during training just now? Did I do something so weird that it pissed you off? Meow continued that shuffling walk without turning around. Jaden chased after him in the same way, calling out questions and complaints at Meow's back. To anyone watching this, it probably looked as though they were having a lover's quarrel. Hey, I may be a gentleman, but I've just about had it, okay? As expected, there was no response. However, Meow was Meow. It couldn't possibly be anyone else. After all, considering how long Jaden had been following them, someone other than Meow would have called the police by now. I've just about had it. You got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. I've had enough. This time I'm the lecturer. I'll make Meow say he's sorry. Hey, wait, Meow! Jaden raced forward and grabbed Meow's thin arms and forcefully spun him around. However, Meow? Huh? Crap. Did I really mistake him for someone else? That's not possible. You're Meow, right? You are, aren't you? It was almost as though he was trying to convince himself rather than interrogate this person. He did think it was me talking Meow, his eyes and nose and his mouth. Many bits of information made it clear that this was Meow himself. However, well, the atmosphere around him, or something Jaden couldn't really describe, belonged to someone or something that didn't resemble Meow. Belonged to something that resembled Meow, yet wasn't. Only then, Jaden realized that Meow's whole demeanor was different from usual. The color of his lips seemed more sensual or something. The skinniness of the shoulder he was grasping was definitely Meow's, but now that skinniness felt like something of the opposite sex. Could this be a girl who looked just like Meow? Wait! You're Meow, right? You are, aren't you? I'm not Meow. Liar! Then turn your keys on! No. Crap. This totally looks like a couple fighting. The eyes of people walking by hurt. Jaden took the guy who was definitely Meow but claimed not to be. No, maybe this wasn't even a guy. He took the kid to a nearby store and sat them down. By this point, a certain possibility had risen to Jaden's mind. I'm a super genius, so I don't really get it, but aren't a lot of Gauntlet Knight candidates? Now I've done it. Sorry. He had planned on making this person apologize, but in the end, Jaden was the one who apologized. You're one of those, aren't you? Your body is me talking Meow, but you aren't, right? As though giving up, the person shut their eyes tight and gave a slight nod. Sorry, I didn't know. To become a parallel processor, you need to undergo special training from a young age. However, that didn't mean all babies had equal amounts of talent. No matter how much one trained, some people couldn't become parallel processors, while some developed surprising amounts of talent with very little effort. It was well known that people with natural talents like this often developed a certain type of split personality. Multiple personality disorder in its commonly known form occurs when a neural trauma creates a Multiple personality disorder in its commonly known form occurs when neural trauma creates a data partition in the brain and gives birth to a new personality, one that hasn't been influenced by the trauma, in order to protect one's mind. This is an acquired trait. However, in extremely rare cases, multiple personalities can appear as a congenital trait. Unlike acquired multiple personality disorder, its biggest identifying feature is that the personalities can be awake at the same time. It means that two consciousnesses can literally exist simultaneously in a single body. They can each think of and concentrate on different things. In fact, they can apparently even have verbal arguments with each other using the same mouth. They truly are born parallel processors. As you might expect, the training they received at a young age was more effective for them than it has for single personalities. And this improved more of the personalities they had. Since Scarlet Knights need to be capable of parallel thinking, humans born with multiple simultaneous thoughts in the same brain made for incredibly suitable candidates. Oh! Well, if I was born at that age, I bet I would be one then. Maybe. I don't know. I can't concentrate, so maybe not. Just kidding. I don't know. So according to one theory, 30% of the famous Scotland Knights, 60% according to a different theory, had this special kind of congenital multiple personality disorder. Furthermore, these people could feel hurt if you called it multiple personality disorder, so they were now referred to as CPPs, congenital parallel processors. When I was in America, I had a friend who was a congenital. I was a brat who didn't really understand, so I kept saying show me a different personality and do something crazy, treating him like some kind of show instead of thinking how he must have felt. I regret it now. No matter how much talent you have, it's never pleasant when people look at you strangely. So even though Gauntlet Knights have become a shared dream for kids all over the world, almost no one comes out as a CPP. It was all thanks to what remained of stereotypes from the old era, where multiple personalities were treated like something out of the occult or horror genres. You know, I wasn't the one who started calling myself a super genius. I've been told that since I was very young at a training institute. This kid's a super genius with all the parallel processing power despite not being a CPP. Thinking back on it, maybe all of them were CPPs, not just the friend who came out about it. And I treated that friend like some kind of bizarre animal. Imagining how everyone else must have felt made my chest hurt. MEOW, wait, that's not right. I want to treat you as an individual human being. Would you mind telling me your name? Huh? MEOW. It sounded like someone imitating a cat's cry. No, wait, that's not it. I see. MEOW and MEOW, huh? What a cute name. MEOW, are you a girl? Yeah. Sorry about earlier. I grabbed your shoulder hard. That's no way to treat a girl, right? Forgive me. It's okay. Two personalities with different genders in the same body, huh? Sounds like something you'd find in some old Japanese manga. Wait. I shouldn't be thinking up jokes. No, seriously. I'm so sorry. Don't apologize so much, okay? I shouldn't have run, and I should have told you. MEOW, what should I do? I want to treat you the way that you want to be treated. Huh? If you ask me to forget everything that happened today, I'll forget about you completely by tonight. If I ever realize I'm seeing you as MEOW, I'll pretend I don't know you. Anyway, or... The way Jaden panicked as he tried his best to be polite must have looked a little humorous. MEOW giggled, and Jaden, not realizing why she was laughing, opened his eyes even wider. Thanks. You're nice, Jaden. No, I'm just... If you act so humble, it just makes us more uncomfortable. So really, don't worry about it. And anyway, I've been by your side all this time. If you act so distant, it actually makes me feel lonely. I see. After all, you still exist, even when MEOW's there. So, what about today's training? Hey, I'm a Gauntlet Knight too. I split the work with Big Brother, checking our surroundings and controlling our posture and stuff. I see. Is that how it was? So, you've been my other partner all along. At the word partner, MEOW smiled broadly for the first time. MEOW was probably the main personality, so MEOW's personality always had to be kept hidden away. It was hard for others to notice. She must have been happy to be recognized as a separate personality. Big Brother, huh? So you're MEOW's little sister. My old friend said his personalities were friends with each other. It's brother and sister in our case. There are all sorts depending on the person. So MEOW usually controls your body, but sometimes you put on makeup like a girl and go out at night to go have fun like this? Yeah. So she's been having fun in a part of a town far separated from the area Mitake MEOW lives in, so that no one knew her would realize she's a CPP. Still, it's a bit unsafe for a pretty girl like you to play around in the city at night, don't you think? Sometimes weird people do try to talk to me. No kidding! Girl, let's get walking around without a boyfriend. You'd be crazy if you didn't try to talk to her. As Jaden said this, he gradually turned red. Just yesterday he thought of this person as a cool partner of the same gender, and now he suddenly had to treat her like a girl, even though this was the same physical body. Except for a little makeup, this was totally MEOW. I'm feeling kinda hot and sweaty. MEOW, the next time you come here to have fun, let me know. Huh? I, Super Genius Jada, will be your bodyguard and make sure no weirdos come after you.
Oh, yeah. I think having a bodyguard would be nice.
That body belongs to my two partners, MEOW and MEOW, so it's only natural that I protect it. Why do I keep turning red? What I'm saying is perfectly normal, right? My partner's body's tiny, and it'd suck if some weirdo came after him and hurt him when he was off having fun at night, so I'm offering to stay by his side. There's nothing remotely strange about that. Oh, I get it. It's because of how MEOW's face looks. Because you look like that, I can't figure out what to do next. Enough with this weird sweat already.
Thanks, Jaden. I'll definitely ask you to do that when the time comes.
Sure. Send me a Kizuna message whenever you like. Would they have ever been able to talk like this if Jaden had only ever known MEOW? The two of them chatted about things they would have never discussed if it had been MEOW. Before long, Jaden was gradually beginning to understand. I see. I get it. When MEOW was lecturing me, he'd always praise me for doing something good at the very end. No matter how small it was, he'd always find something. That was you, wasn't it?
How?
Come to think of it, I always thought it was weird that MEOW always tore me down and then managed to encourage me at the end. But after talking with you, I'm sure. The person who was always watching me and praising me so that I could give him my all was you, MEOW. Even though Jaden had met her for the first time today, he could see how much unexpected joy those words gave her. Something twinkled a little near her tightly shut eyes.
You're really cool, Jaden. I can't believe that you noticed I was there.
Well, of course. I'm still Super Genius Jaden.
Yeah, a super genius. And cool. I know that. I'm always watching from nearby, so I know.
But isn't MEOW listening to this conversation? The next time I see him, he'll tell me not to be a creep around his sister and beat the crap out of me.
Oh, that's okay. When I don't want to be heard, I make sure the door of my heart is shut.
Apparently, privacy between personalities is possible, and she can apparently take her current experiences and memories and either share them with MEOW or keep them for herself. Thinking about it that way, this is pretty rough. A brother and sister living in the same body. Beyond that, I don't remember much of what we talked about. However, until the sky lit up, I think we kept on talking about random fun stuff, though I don't really remember it well. Guys were another matter, but just before dawn wasn't a very safe time for girls. At that hour, they'd sometimes get bugged by guys who had been having fun all night and who were weirdly excited. But she always said she wanted to secretly go home on her own. MEOW was a girl, but the main body of that MEOW was a girl, but the main personality of that body was MEOW. In other words, people thought of them as a guy.
If people knew that Mitaki MEOW was walking around in makeup like a girl, it would cause Big Brother trouble. If that happened, he'd stop letting me go out to play.
Then shouldn't it be the other way around? You walk back home openly with me. If we bump into someone we know, I'll say this isn't MEOW, it's a girlfriend of mine.
I see.
MEOW's face had gone red as if someone had boiled it. Did I say something that embarrassing? Apparently, Kizuna interpreted girlfriend as girlfriend. In English, Jaden had only meant that he introduced her as a girl he was friends with, but in places that spoke Japanese, the phrase always meant a more long-term one-on-one romantic relationship.
It's okay. I know what you meant. Kizuna translates things weird sometimes, doesn't it?
That's really a pain. I'll try to find a better Japanese translation patch.
No matter how much technology advances. Communication really is made up of more words and text. There's also your eyes, your expression, the atmosphere, smells, your heart beating, and all of it makes communication possible.
Yeah, if we ever start living in an electronic world, it'll be pretty boring.
Kisuna translation mistakes, getting embarrassed and trying to run away, and chasing after people who do that. Every bit of that is a precious part of communication between humans. This ultimate communication tool had been broken down, all barriers, obviously including language. However, that definitely didn't mean that it was better than facing someone and talking to them in person. That cliche, which old culture people always use to criticize things like Kisuna, bounced through the minds of the two youths who were both acting embarrassed. In the end, the two of them did return their lodgings together. Apparently, they didn't get a chance to bump into someone they knew and make use of their excuse that they were girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever. Okay. When the CICONIA stop coming, a country has no future. King of Ridicule. Okay. Oh no. That clock gives me anxiety. Seriously though. I can't show the entire game, but from what I've seen, the way that it keeps narrowing. Okay, so we're gonna read the next row now. COU, the Central Ocean Union. A faction formed from the alliance between COU China and COU India, two new superpowers that rose near the end of the B3W period. It was formed as a reaction to AOU's push for a return to Old World Order. For that reason, it has stood in opposition to the AOU ever since its founding. They are the only one of the factions that maintain their B3W sense of values. They claim to be the only group of nations where ancient traditions and the human heart still live on. That might be why they tend to look down on other nations, calling them cold-blooded and inhumane. It is a country where the connections and money do all the talking. The other factions view it as corrupt. Okay, so. Alright, I can tell you that one means white. Anyway. But I don't know what bow is. So yeah, anyway. Attached to the COU Combined Military Headquarters. Oops. Imperial Guard Aerial Augmented Infantry Squad by bow. Currently the best of the aerial augmented infantry squads across the COU. This ket is fated to reign supreme at all times. Their ket is composed of one attacker, one responder, and one supporter. Baibao squad is like a single swordsman built out of 3 people in well-defined roles, with Lingzhi as the attack sword, Momotake as a short sword on the other hand, used to attack and defend as needed, and Aisha as the eyes and ears. For that reason, some might fear that they would stop functioning even if a single cog was missing. However, in practice, this ket has performed excellently and stands at the peak of the COU aerial augmented infantry. Their specialty is achieving air superiority, and they are particularly focused on anti-aerial augmented infantry tactics. As a side note, large members of the ket in the Chinese military use the characters for white, bai, and leopard, bao, in their names, in imitation of the Bai Bao squad, which can get a bit confusing at times. Okay, so that's the character for leopard. I see. Okay, Lingzhi, from COU China. A member of the Imperial Guard Aerial Augmented Infantry Squad Baibao of the COU Combined Military Headquarters. During her newborn mental evaluation, she was recognized as a national special growth target. Later on, she was given the best of education, complete with the best human resources, material resources, and budget, and was fated to become the queen of the aerial augmented infantry, representing all allied countries of the COU. She then splendidly answered to those expectations as the strongest colonist in the COU. The Kunlun Military Research City proposed a 5-year plan with an annual budget of 100,000 won for the purpose of copying her mental ability, and this request was accepted. Oops, is that 100 million? Genius Class Aerial Augmented Infantry Aptitude SS. Since birth, the whole structure of her brain was miraculously suited for joining the Aerial Augmented Infantry. No one doubts that she is a candidate for the strongest gauntlet knight on the planet. Mid-air close quarters combat ability SS. She's created a system for
She's created a system for close-range fighting designed to work in one-on-one fights against Gauntlet Knights. It is said to be based on Chinese martial arts and is both devastating and beautiful. All the other COU aces have tried to copy her, but none have managed to master it. Wants to experience defeat. S. Has like a sixth sense. She has the ability to subconsciously make the correct decision all the time. Is a type of genius or possibly a superpower. The Tibet Supernatural Research Center recognizes it as a supernatural ability, but estimates that this is limited to adolescence and will be lost sooner or later. Okay, let's take a look at her design. So, I really like her design compared to I don't know if you've seen like Genshin, Hoyoverse designs. I just feel like it's more tasteful. Like, you can kind of see this as like Hanfu sleeves if you wanted to. It's based off like a Hanfu design. Okay, here. And then like with a combined Qipao design, which is what I like. That's great. I really like that. Like, I love her design compared to like I think Lingji's design just bodies all of the Genshin designs because they're just like overly sexualized and all that stuff. Okay? Like, I like it way more. I got into an argument with someone on Twitter about like how I don't like some of how I wish that outfits were more Hanfu inspired and stuff. I mean, this is like a perfectly good example of something that isn't sexualized and is pretty good. Okay? Like something that I have an idea, but they were like thinking that I literally wanted to have it not like practical or whatever, pointing out other things, and it's just kind of like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? This is like, they were just assuming all this shit and putting a bunch of words in my mouth. I fucking hate Twitter sometimes. But anyway, yeah, it's just, and because I'm Chinese, I'm gonna go on a rant about it. Sorry. Personal bias. But yeah. I'll point that out. It is a personal bias, but also, I don't really like, I used to play Genshin a little bit, but I was just like, it's just like, I'm really not into some of the stuff. And, oh my god. Actually, I just have to point it out. Oops, that's not gonna do. I'll do something about it later. Oh, I should probably save too. Forgot to make a save file. I'll just save over that. Yeah, I can do that. I don't care. I'm just gonna say that Ryukishi designed it better. Okay? Momotake. From COU Japan. I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna skip through all that. There's a lot of words. He was assigned to Baibao Squad, where for the sake of providing support to the COU Queens of Aerial Augmented Infantry Lingzhi, teamwork and communication were more highly valued than high P3 levels. Simply by going by his numerical measurements, it would be hard to call him the best candidate, but it was determined that he was the wingman most capable of maximizing Lingzhi's potential. Even so, he is now the Naha Aerial Augmented Infantry School's biggest hero since its establishment, and they recently held an unveiling ceremony for the bronze statue of him. Dimensional Slice SS. Okay, I have to say, though, from this, he gives me Kuwabara vibes from that. From Yu Hakusho. I'm sorry. I don't know. But I also have to say, though, he also gives me George Ushiromiya vibes, which makes me not happy. Or like some of the other, or Irie vibes or something, kind of like, not Irie as in like when he's being weird, but more like, oh, or milady, or so, like how George acts. Or Tomitake. But like, though to be honest, George also gives me like, kind of like, okay, you get it, okay? Not like, okay, oh, whatever. I hope you get my point. Anyway, or not, I don't know. Dimensional Slice SS. A finishing move possible only because by applying his mental strength to the use of dimensional storage technology, he is able to cut his opponents and make them vanish into alternate dimensions. The power of this technique is immense, but its reach is so short that it perfectly fits the definition of a cool finishing move. HMS Stealth, Shukuchi S, my bad. By using HMS airflow data, he is able to instantly move into the blind spot of the enemy's Reaper's eye. However, he isn't able to collect this data himself, so he needs someone there to provide him with support. A warrior's stubbornness, A-. He stubbornly refuses to interact with people whose power he doesn't respect. Until he met Ling Zhi, the only person whose strength he acknowledged, he was just a loner aerial augmented infantry soldier who was hard to deal with. When he does find a person whose power he respects, he follows them behind like a dog. He's a bit clingy. Okay. You know, sometimes I forget. I was so stupid. So yeah, Aisha. I'm really stupid. Okay, from COU Indonesia. As a trainee, she was praised for being a hard worker and a model student. Her innate talent was judged to be below average. Later, she was volunteered to be sent to the Kunlun Military Research Center city as a test subject. As a result of their research, they discovered that she was immensely talented at observing airspaces using HMS, and she made a comeback as an aerial augmented infantry soldier, focusing on specialized techniques for observation and detection. Furthermore, she later received good marks on compatibility tests with Ling Zhi and was promoted quickly through the ranks to land and Baibao squad. She would then become the ideal supporter to voice the squad's efforts. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to check out his equipment thing. There's other things I want to point out too. Okay, so I love the mark of this. This makes me think of the pheasant feathers from and like I also like the gauntlet because it makes me think about like old Chinese like armor stuff. If you don't know me, I'm a big sucker for like, oh my god. Also her hair accessories. I'm a big sucker for. If you haven't seen me play Wandering Sword and go absolutely bonkers every time I play through like, oh my god, I haven't uploaded them on YouTube yet. Sorry, I have to finish Umineko first, which is taking forever. I know, but this is why. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, I'm crazy over it. If you go on my Tumblr, like Junpei's Cindy stories or something like that, I'm crazy about it, okay? Like, if you go through my archives, just tons and tons and tons and tons of hanfu, okay? Like, and back then, when I used TikTok more frequently, I probably have a bunch of, like, storage of, like, all the hanfus there. Because that's why I joined TikTok in the first place. Because I mean, I don't know how to use Douyin, because I'm not literate. But, yeah, I joined because of hanfu. Okay? You don't understand. My obsession goes so far. Okay? Now, let's go over Momotake. But yeah, you can also see, like, it's also, like, the design of the samurai hat, you know, and like, the armor there. I can kind of see that. But I'm not that. I mean, I like old traditional fashion stuff in general. So, I've seen some stuff, but yeah, like you can also clearly see it here. Like his pants is more like I forget what they're called, but you often you can clearly see it's like inspired by hakama and stuff. Like for her design, it's qipao tastefully combined with hanfu, so it's good. It's good. I like it. Like, Lingji's design is very tasteful, which I like. And, I also like, I mean, I like I just like East Asian traditional outfit stuff in general. Like, I'm a big sucker for it. Like, and, like, I also wish that, like, I could see some of, based on like other ethnicities of like Han China and stuff. Like, I mean, of not just Han Chinese fashion, but like other like MEOW silvers, things like that. Like, right, the person I went on an argument with pointed out those things. It's like, yeah, okay, of course I want to see that too. But like, it's just kind of like, it's kind of irritating that it's just, I don't know. Sorry, I'm jumping from topic to topic, but yeah. There's just a lot of things I wanted to say about that. And also, like, you can see, like, a lot of the patterns. If you could scroll in, you could see that. Because, like, a lot of pattern work with that. I like that. You can really tell that, I don't know. I just really like it. And I'm not just talking about China, Japan, Korea. I'm also you can't forget Mongolia as well, okay? Out of like East Asian fashion stuff. But I also like, no, I just like Asian outfits in general. We just like just all of Asia, okay? We just do it better. like cuz like, oh my god, like Thai? Have you seen like traditional Thai outfits? Oh my god. I'm not that well versed with like Southeast Asia or South Asia and other no, don't forget South Asia. Oh, gosh. Like I wish I could have like a whole access and database of like all that. I am a sucker for pretty things, okay? I am a big sucker for pretty things, okay? I am a big sucker for it, okay? I might have a bias toward like the own culture that I've been raised with, but I okay. I have an eye for this stuff, okay? 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 You got it? I swear. Oh, okay, anyway. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Alright. Okay, so let's go back to Aisha. HMS Warzone Observation, SS. While she's in the war zone, the passage of time is always her ally. One by one, every element of the war zone is stripped naked in her eyes. The pressure this causes can be quite terrifying, even if she never fires a shot. Analysis of combat situations and tactics SS. Using the vast amount of data she observes, she can make split-second decisions about the current combat situation and proposes optimal tactics to deal with it. She truly is the eyes and brains of BIBAO. Poor aerial augmented infantry aptitude, S-. Her natural talent for being part of the aerial augmented infantry rarely gets a passing grade. She isn't good with sudden mid-air movements either, and her ability to handle weapons only barely makes the cut. However, the results of her battlefield analysis as part of the BIBAO squad more than make up for this. Okay, so let's take a look. Also, did you think I didn't have things to say about Aisha's design? Oh, I love it. Okay, like, I think her gauntlet is my favorite. I'm a sucker for beads, okay? I love this part of her outfit. It's just beautiful. I love it. I love her gauntlet. I love it. It's just awesome. Hold on. There's a thing I want to say here too about I don't know, but one of the somewhere. Oh. Like, I've seen some Indonesian weddings and stuff. Some of them make me think of like the Chinese opera stuff, and I am a sucker for Chinese opera appearance too. So like, I like those too. Like, whatever pretty thing I see, I love it. Okay, all right. So like. Oh my god. Like, I wish I knew more. Like, one of these days, but I'm kind of like the person who tries to like learn everything that they can. I wouldn't say I'm like an expert or anything because I just really like it, but like I don't know if I can remember facts very easily, and I don't think that I am qualified to speak about those things. I just like things, and I don't know. But yeah. I'm like, if you ever find anything pretty, give it to me! Give it to me! Give it through my Tumblr! Through Junpei Cindy Stories. You can submit it to me, and I'll take a look. or you can tag me on Twitter. Like, you don't just show me like Hanfu stuff. Show me like all these beautiful traditional stuff. You can tag me on my art account. Or you can tag me through my other personal account.
You can do that. Yeah, that's fine. Or if you have my TikTok, you can tag me there too. You can follow me and send me DMs of pretty outfits from all over the world. You can do that because I'm a sucker for that kind of thing.
Sorry, I'm getting into Rena mode over the thought of
Pretty dresses! Pretty dresses! Not just pretty dresses! Anything! Pretty traditional fashion! Pretty traditional Asian fashion from all over the world! Do that! Do that! Because I love that! Yeah!
Sorry, I'm a little crazy about that. Okay. Like, you don't understand! Okay, like, even if I'm not showing how much I like it on the internet, like, as in, like, blogging it, because, okay, back in the day when I was on Tumblr, I'd go crazy. I'd be pressing those reblog buttons like crazy! Okay? Like, if you follow me and stuff, and I'm, like, really into something, I will overwhelm you with that subject! Okay, you don't understand. I'll flood you with it. I will try to do a galaxy or a universe flood. Okay? Not just an ocean flood. I want to flood people like the galaxy. Okay? Or the universe flood. Like, I want to be so... What? Oh my god. You don't understand. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Suparna. Okay. Attached to the COU Combined Military Central General Corps 1st Branch, you're at your 1st Aerial Augmented Infantry Squad Suparna. Because BIBOW Squad is deified in the COU for propaganda purposes, Suparna Squad is often relegated into obscurity. However, they are more than strong enough to serve as BIBOW's other half. So they are unsurprisingly selected as contestants for the International Battle Sound Festival. Their kit is composed of 1 responder, 1 defender, and 1 fire support. They are exact opposite of BIBOW Squad, focusing mainly on fights that aren't against aerial augmented infantry units. Typically, they attack from the safe distance using Andri's long-range missiles, while Sujatha and Rushana defend him. However, the squad leader Sujatha thinks this is a sort of tactics, designed for a missile-equipped aircraft from some of the outdated Air Force, thinking that it won't do in the current age where mid-air close-range fighting exists. So, she apparently is always petitioning her superiors to let them use a more modern structure and tactics. But due to the lack of understanding, she's made little progress. I don't know that much about, well, you know, because, because you know how excited I was. So, but yeah, let's see. Sujatha. Sujata. Oh, okay. So, it's different over there. Should I use that? Okay. Sujata from the COU India. A member of the 301st Air Augmented Infantry Squad Suparna of the COU Combined Military Central General Corps 1st Branch. Not saying the rest when I do the other two. During her newborn mental evaluation, she was recognized as a National Special Growth Target, and she's also graduated from the Air Augmented Infantry Officers School with grades well ahead of the pack. However, it is recently discovered that she has a flaw whereby her P3 levels would become unstable while under particular kinds of stress. Now, in order to help her overcome this flaw, a research team has begun offering her support. She's incredibly straight-laced and is always putting herself under the high stress conditions, so her support team is always recommending that she find rest or find a hobby. Special abilities. Aerial Augmented Infantry Tactical Pioneer SS. She's eagerly researched basic tactics for this new form of soldier, the Aerial Augmented Infantry, and has become an expert. This is a sign of her talent both as a member of the Aerial Augmented Infantry as an instructor. Immortal Ferocious Goddess. She displays an exceptional concentration during close-range attacks against the enemy and is capable of using her rejection shield with maximum efficiency. When she strikes while deflecting any and all attacks, she earns the title of Immortal Ferocious God. Constant self-study. Because she studies on her own day and night. Her growth never ceases, however she is constantly under high stress, which continues to cause damage in some of her internal organs. Okay, let's check out her armor stuff. Okay, I don't have as much knowledge and stuff. I've only had very minimal exposure, I think. Like, as soon as how to explain? Like, as much as I want to branch out with everything, like, it's kind of hard when I'm trying to learn everything about, like, what I was focusing on in the first place. Because, like, I kind of don't want to mix up the data, but I also don't want to, like, there's so much information! It's so much! I wish I could just be a big, gigantic database with all the pretty outfits that I know from all over the world. I wish I could do that! That'd be so awesome! In a way that's, like, not biased, that I have equal knowledge of all of them! I wish I could do that! But I have my real life, and I can't just focus on the things that are my hobbies or things that I really like. Which really sucks. Okay. I really like to see all the jewelry here. That's one thing I can say. It's so pretty. So pretty. I don't know enough about where, like, India and stuff to be able to say anything other than what I know I like. But, like, I don't know. I've seen like the nose hooks and stuff, and, like, they're super pretty, and all the other. I don't know. Like, I'd rather just go on Tumblr and just show all the pictures and all that stuff. But also, I'm a real sucker for hair accessories and just pretty things in general. Especially not just clothes, okay? Hair accessories. It's all about the hair, especially with all the accessories, with shiny jewels and, like, and dangly stuff and super pretty. Wow. Sorry. I can't calm down. I think there's, like, this person on TikTok too who wears, I think, a hijab, and they also accessorize their hair with, like, hanfu accessory stuff because they have a cross culture, and they look great. It's great. I like seeing pretty combinations too. Yes, one day there should be. Oh. There's also, like, people who design kimonos. I believe there's this one Palestinian design work with a combination of kimono, and it's, like, super pretty and all that stuff too. Like, things like that. That's amazing when cultures just cross over and they're just super pretty, just like that. Yeah. Okay, I need to go over okay. Rukushana. Okay. Rukshana. Okay. Hope I'm saying that right. I don't know. From COU, Saudi Arabia. A member of the 301st Aerial Augmented Infantry Squad, partner of the COU Combined Military Central General Corps First Branch. In her home country, only men attended Aerial Augmented Infantry schools, but her P3 levels are so high that the king commanded that she be given a special exception. Her personality isn't suited for being in the Aerial Augmented Infantry, but she earns top grades in all forms of training. Her similar grades are the best in the COU-controlled section of the Middle East. Her non-confrontational personality and tendency to focus on defense are thought to be signs that she best embodies as the soldier who protects peace, so she's very highly regarded. Special abilities. Goddess of Protection S. Her ability to defend against enemy attacks is extremely high. She intercepts anything that can possibly be intercepted, and she'll protect her wingman on her own shield if necessary. Possibly in exchange of that, her ability to attack enemies isn't particularly good. Rejection Shield Aptitude S. Her aptitude for using the Rejection Shield is very high, and she can rapidly and accurately deploy it with minimal strain. This is the exact opposite of Sujata's ability, and can be used optimally when in a defensive position. HMS Stealth Concealment S. Unless she makes sudden movements, she can slowly fade away before anyone realizes it, like a sandcastle against the waves, making her disappear from the view of the Reaper's eye. Okay. Interesting. Wonder what that is. I don't know much, honestly. But her design is also really cute and pretty. What do I have to say about her as well? I don't know, but I often hear, well, like some people are like, "What? That's Asian?" Yeah, it's Asian. She's Asian, so yeah. Because Asia's a big place. It's a big continent. It's not just like, because you know how people are like, "Oh my God, like, but Japan and Korea." Yeah, that's just like one part. That's why they're called East Asian. Like, okay, there's a lot of Asians in other directions, you know. Like, it's a big place. Like, even when I want to, like, focus and be enthusiastic, I don't have time to be enthusiastic about every single one of them, even though I want to. But, like, I also, there's so much information, I don't have all that information on the top of my head that I could express, that I could, like, be, like, enthusiastic about. And I would love to be enthusiastic about it, but, like, I can't help it, okay? Ugh. One day, though, I'm going to expand my visual database of world and design pretty outfits based on other country designs too. Then do that too for more pretty things. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Andrew, okay. From COU Madagascar. A member of the CO... okay. I said I wouldn't read that part, because, like, that's a big chunk of stuff. Supposedly the reason he wasn't discovered by national exams was because he likes to slack off and he wasn't at school on the day of the exam. Even though enrollment into the Aero Infantry course usually starts at preschool, he began at age 13, becoming the latest blooming ace on the planet, as well as the person who reached this position in the shortest period of time. Special abilities: Sleeping Lion SS. Ingenious and efficient, he can perfectly carry out tasks after seeing them just once, even if it's his first time and he hasn't studied at all. However, either because it's the fate of all geniuses or simply because of his dandyism, he pretends to hate working and doesn't like showing off his true power. Aptitude for long-distance attacks, A. He likes to hide behind terrain safely and attacking from a secure distance, and has a strong aptitude for such tactics. He values returning home without any losses more than guaranteed positive results. I like this guy, he's cool. Andre is one of my favorites, I think. Anyway, special abilities: long distance, high maneuverability, guided missiles, A. He specializes in high maneuverability, powerful guided missiles, is capable of tracking even a member of the Aero Augmented Infantry. He makes an art form of never exploding himself while one-sidedly chasing his opponents around, wearing them out, and making them retreat without bloodshed. Yeah, honestly, Andre is super cool. I like him. He's awesome. Especially this. Like, what else? I don't know. I'm not really good at expressing how I think sometimes. But I can get behind how he thinks and stuff. Okay. So let's go over his design thing. But I don't know much about it either. Because, yeah. Let me think. I don't know. I just think his design is really cool too, so. I don't have much to say because I don't know enough, but I really like this part and that. I always like intricate designs, okay? People who are like, oh, minimalism because of, or whatever, isn't like all those big fancy things gaudy and too extravagant. Shut up! It takes so much effort to do. Like, if you think about it, how do they make those things? It must take so much time and effort! And it makes me so mad when people don't appreciate the time and effort that people put into designs and stuff like that! You don't understand! Ugh! I'm sorry, if I have like this is why I can't like associate with people in public, because like if I go over things I really like, I'll probably explode on them. So yeah. Like, I will probably explode on you. So I try. I always have to try to not express that part. Okay? Okay? This is why it's a good thing that I'm only going through these at the end of the stream, technically. So that I don't just go like, whoa! It's time to go ass balls insane! Alright. I think I'll close out the stream today. Yeah. Bye!